Hi everyone, today I'm going to go through an adjustment on a dress, a kurta top or a kameez top. So this particular client came in and actually wanted the bust, the waist and the arm increased. So first of all, you need a couple of tools to do this. So you're going to need a seam ripper, tailor's chalk, a measuring tape and some dressmaking pins. So to start off, you need to measure the bust, the waist and the arms and see how much the garment needs to be increased by. For this client, we need to actually increase the bust area by 6 inches. So if you divide that into 4, that's 1.5 inches per quarter of the garment. So it'll be 1.5 here, 1 on the other side, and then the opposite side of the garment. So that will total your 6. So we're increasing this by 1.5 at the bust area, and that takes us quite close to the edge, but we'll just mark it here with the tailor's chalk, and that's 1.5. And then as we go further down, the increase is 1 inch per side. So it's a total circumference of 4 inches that she needs increasing. So lower down here towards the waist, we're going to increase that by 1 inch. And then above here as well, that needs to be increased by 1 inch. So we'll just mark that. So we've made those 3 marks, and then what we want to do is just line them up. So using the tailor's chalk, we can just do some like dotted lines, take it all the way down. Now take it back into where the seam meets here at the cross section. So this is where the original seam was. So we can take it straight back into there. And the same goes with the arm. If you're doing the arm adjustment as well, which is what we're doing on this item. So here we're doing the arm adjustment as well. And so we then need to take that dotted line and keep going all the way. So this needs to be opened up to its fullest. So I'm just going to put dotted line all the way across here, because this is where we're going to add our new seam, and it goes into here. And so we'll be sewing all the way across. Before we do that, we need to actually remove the old seam. So this is where you need your seam ripper. And there we go, you can use one of these. So you're using this pointed edge here, and I'll just show you on here close up how to actually use it. So this is quite difficult to see because of the colour of the thread. It's very close to the fabric colour, but if you manage to find one of the stitches, you can just about see a loop there. There you go. Just be careful not to pick up the fabric, and then just give that a little pull, and there you go. So you've taken one out. Move along a few stitches and you can just grab another one, just there, and then do the same thing. And then what you'll find is in the middle, you can just kind of take that out, and there you go, you've got that out. So you want to do that all the way down the old seams, and they go across into here as well, into the arm, and undo all of that. The other way that you can actually open up a seam is if there is, so this is from the armhole, and if there's an opening here, you can just split that slightly, and you can just about see that that seam that is running down here starts at this point, and you can get your seam ripper and just start to cut away there. what you can do is start giving that a little bit of a pull very gently, and it will probably take out a couple of stitches at a time. So let's see if we can do that a little bit down here. There you go. So we've managed to get just over that section, and let's do that one more time. There we go. And so that you can do that all the way down, and then proceed to the other method. So now we've taken out the seam, but you can still probably see the markings in there. We now want to just pin in place where we're going to sew. So when you put your pins in, don't put them this way on the line that you're going to sew, because you'll find you'll need to take them out as you go along. What works best is if you take it across quite near to the edge, and when you sew across here, it will just go straight over. It won't get in the way at all. So we can just add those in all the way along, and then we can also do that across into the armhole as well. So now we're ready to take this to the sewing machine with all our pins in there, and you can see the tailor's chalk, the pink mark is just at the top where the pins end. So we're going to start at this point here where the original seam was. So that meets at that point, and we're just going to do a couple of stitches. Take that back a little, and then we go ahead and go through all the way down where it's marked in pink. So notice how we haven't had to take any of the pins out at this stage. You can do that at the end. You can, if you want to, just take them out as you go, whatever you prefer. And now when we get to this point near here where we've got this seam going into the armhole, take it to the armhole seam, then using your hand wheel, just gently guide it and put the needle in, lift up the foot, and this we're just going to pivot round ever so slightly. So now we are on the armhole. And now we can go down the arm, again following that pink mark that we've made there with the tailor's chalk. And then just finish that. Just going to cut that off at the end. There you go. And then you've got your new seam in there, which is probably about ½ an inch bigger on the arm than it was. And there you have it. So that's the end result, where you've got all your seams, your new seam, which I've put in a slightly darker colour just so that you can see that. So thanks for watching on this project, and I hope that was really useful for you. If there are any other projects you'd like me to have a look into, any other adjustments or finishing, let me know in the comments and I'll certainly have a look. Please like and subscribe to this channel because I'll definitely be doing more on Indian wear and Western wear. See you soon.